Welcome to the 5th episode in our 6-part series of writing exercises for applicants and students, delivered by the Creative Writing course team, which is part of the University of Worcester's Department of English, Media and Culture. My name is Jack McGowan, and I'm the course leader for Creative Writing. Each of these sessions has been designed to give applicants a taster of the sort of writing exercises you may experience during a typical class. Current students may also view these sessions and use them as writing prompts for independent study. This session introduces Memoir, a historical account or biography written from personal knowledge. Memoir is a type of narrative that captures factual moments or events in the writer's life. The novelist and poet George Meredith believes that memoirs are the backstairs of history. Memoirs give us ways to tell the small stories and personal insights that make up our lives. Memoir is different from autobiography because it doesn't have to tell your whole life story. And zoom in on particular fragments or memories. It will often focus on powerful or transformative moments that you think shaped who you are today. While it should be factual, it's not a scene-by-scene piece of journalism. It's a carefully constructed story that should entertain and move your reader. As the American writer William Zinsser says, memoir isn't the summary of a life, it's a window into a life, very much like a photograph in its selective composition. May look like a casual and even random calling up of bygone events. It's not. It's a deliberate construction. The beginning of any piece of writing is really important. And a good opening paragraph of a memoir has to hook the reader, create the right tone and atmosphere, establish any theme or themes, and introduce the narrator and their personality through characterization. For example, in Wild Swans, Three Daughters of China, Zhong Chang opens with, "At the age of 15, my grandmother became the concubine of a warlord general, police chief of a tenuous national government of China. The year was 1924, and China was in chaos." Maya Angelou begins her memoir, "I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. When I was 3 and Bailey 4, we had arrived in the musty little town, wearing tags on our wrists which instructed, to whom it may concern, that we were Marguerite and Bailey Johnson Jr., from Long Beach, California, en route to Stamps, Arkansas, courtesy of Mrs. Andy Henderson." You can contrast these approaches with the style taken by Vladimir Nabokov in his memoir about his idyllic Russian childhood and the 1917 Bolshevik Revolution that banished him to exile, Speak Memory, which begins, "The cradle rocks above an abyss. Common sense tells us that our existence is but a brief crack of light between two eternities of darkness." This is a writing exercise that has been developed by my colleague Ruth Stacey, a lecturer in creative writing at the University of Worcester. It will help you to practice your life writing skills. When planning your own memoir, start by thinking about what the theme, tone, atmosphere, and character of the narrator are in the memoir. It's handy to think of yourself as a character in your own life story, because memoirs still need to have the powerful techniques that work in a piece of fiction, so that rather than just telling a life story to the reader, you're showing it to them. You should think of the plot, character arc, the journey of the main character, supporting characters, pace and tension, the climactic moment, and resolution. Thinking about your memoir in this way will help you to create a piece of writing that will engage your reader. Remember, it must be based on your truthful life experience though, so try to resist the temptation to embellish it too much with fictional details. Write the first sentence of your memoir, then expand it into the first paragraph. Be open to surprises, or to the story changing direction. This is just a sign that your writing instincts are taking over. This is something that the author Jeanette Winterson advises. You may write something and think, "I'm not sure why this is here," but it may become incredibly important as you build it further. Allow your writing to cohere later on. Give it a chance. Studying creative writing at Worcester is all about challenging your expectations and building the skills that will enable you to let your writing grow and develop. Sometimes the best writing will be a surprise to you as much as it is to your reader. Thanks for listening to this creative writing taster session exploring memoir. If you've already applied to study creative writing at the University of Worcester, or if you're interested in applying, please do feel free to get in contact with us using the following email addresses. We're always happy to help.